Well, this pair, I'm gonna put half soles and heels on. This guy uses these roping calves in a rodeo deal. I'm not sure if that's mud, horse crap, or cow crap. It's pretty gross. Start tearing them down. And of course, it's going to be mud. We normally put soles and heels in everything he brings in here. But doing this is just helping break the bond around the edge. A lot of times it wants to curl up. It can be a pain to cut the stitches. So run through the sky. Stand out, make a good slick transition. Both of them. Try to center the stamp best you can. Mark it. This one's mainly got pegs in it.
Wood pegs?
Yep. You can see them right in there.
How well does wood pegs hold compared to metal nails?
They don't. Used to they used pegs and it actually helped, but now the pegs are just mainly for looks. And that's a peg right there.
I remember when we started using wood pegs when I was there, we never did it. We decided we'd try it. Doing a lot of western boots. Started making every pair look like a work of art on the bottom though.
Yeah. It does make them look good. Pen doesn't even mark.
I notice nowadays, I'm seeing you use these squared off soles. Is that just something that's because of what you have, or is that just because there's so many square-toed boots now?
Because it's mostly square toe boots, but we do still keep the regular ones for the occasional round toe, or sometimes like a men's dress shoe. But these things they're so, mainly it's because they're so wide right through here, because a lot of them are got the double stitch welt, and it's a lot wider, and you wind up not being able to get it all on there with that round toe sole.
What are we looking at here?
It's supposed to be cork, used for filler material between the sole and the footbed. That cork come all in pieces. Which some of it's in better shape than others. Just depends on the boot and how the boot's used. It's used where these are used where it's constantly getting wet and then drying out and then getting wet again. They'll always deteriorate.
Alright, do the same thing on the other one.
Bill's in there, some two commented on Facebook. They're like I messed up by not putting both rows in there. I told him, well, one row of those were pigs and it wasn't doing nothing anyway. A lot of them they don't go with just a hair beyond the sole itself. A while back I was on video myself doing some of this. I didn't get started good and cut myself. Phone sitting over there on the bench. One day one of my buddies was in here. Just sharpened a knife. Let's cut a sole off and come around the top, holding it like that. Hit a hard spot and a boat up on it. It come on through. Just fillet that whole knuckle open. And he's sitting over there laughing. Said, "Yeah, I seen that was gonna happen." Thanks for the heads up there, butthole. Just not really as sharp as it needs to be.
So what grip sandpaper are you using?
24 grit. Now this one's dull. Or not dull, it's worn. This is fairly fresh when we put it on this morning. I'm gonna start with this.
Is that 24 as well?
Yeah, 24, 40, 100, 24, 100, and heel breaster. It's 40 as well. Try to get that as smooth as possible. So when you put the sole up there, it's don't have any humps or low spots.
You're just trying to get it to taper off flat.
Right. So we run the sole through the skyver, and it's got a taper on it, but it's not quite at the right angle yet. Brings it out a little bit longer instead of being so short and abrupt. good bomb. Cutting the old stitches down and kind of cleaning up all the dirt and old glue.
Help pull the stitches out easier on the stitch picker.
Correct. And if the stitch picker won't get them, then you got to do it by hand, which takes a lot longer. Where is see the stitches in there. The way that welt is, that stitch picker might tear it all to pieces. We'll try it in a minute and see. A brush.
Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
Got this brush I'm gonna run around here to try to help knock some of the dirt and grit and junk out of there before we start picking the stitches. And sometimes that will actually pull a few stitches out. Most of the time it don't. Now we'll try the stitch picker.
Well, you think maybe this is part of why the reason they may cost so much to do some of this stuff? You have to sit down and put some work into it. Maybe machines don't do it all.
Yeah. Some people don't pick stitches at all, and you can definitely tell it.
Just sew right over them.
Yeah, they won't pick them. I just sew right over them, and it looks terrible. It's actually part of the lining that didn't get trimmed off when they was making the boot. Put it on the last one. So that was down up under there. It didn't get sanded. Oversight, I guess you'd say.
I remember having a pain with them right there. Or rolling the welt over, and then you end up with a big old callus on that index finger because you cut a deep stitch pick your finger once in a while. Edward never did that, but I did.
Used to
Yeah, my dad always said when you found out something like that hurt, you stop doing it. He was right.
I'm not sure if it hurt or felt good. I kept doing it.
Just making sure.
Yeah, just confirmation sometimes.
All right, that's ready for some glue.
All right. So now we'll do the next one. Now I got the stitches picked. The half soles are roughed up. And then you want to take it from here, explaining what you do for future generations.
Well, we're gonna glue some cork, put some glue in here and under here, and we'll put some glue up here. We'll always put glue on this section and the soles at this step, and again whenever we glue everything. It helps get a stronger bond. And be sure you get plenty of glue in there, but not too much, because if it's too much, then it's not going to want to stick. About like whenever you're painting and you have a run, it don't turn out too good. Well, here. Move some things over. Some boots use cork for filling material. A lot of them nowadays use foam, which is that stuff there.
That eventually flattens out and never conforms to your foot.
I like the feel of cork after it gets broke in because it molds to your foot. And then it's like they're custom fitted for your feet. The next guy may wear the same size as you, but he's gonna say them things is uncomfortable. The high points and the low spots is gonna be different. And let this dry for about 10 or so minutes. Stick it. Sand the cork down smooth and put glue on the rest of it again. Alright. Stick the shank part of the original sole. Get it down, get it seat good. Grab your cork. It don't fit and it's too thick. We can fix that with the finisher. Foot bed's ballooned out. You don't want to cut too much off, it'll make a low spot. Put some more glue on it, let it set for a little bit, stick it. Or if you're in a hurry, use a heat gun. Main reason you let it set is to let all the solvents evaporate.
How long can you let this stuff set for? Like if you forgot about it, how long could it go before you'd have to re-glue it?
I don't know. I had a pair of shoes I was gluing the heels for yesterday that got left overnight. I had to leave early yesterday. They picked up my youngest from school. I put the heat going this morning. Warmed it up till it got tacky. Just stuck it. Heat activated and heat deactivated, I guess you would call it. Okay, getting ready to stick this sole. Gotta get it lumbered up a little bit. Help it match the curvature of the boot.
You gotta watch the video I shot 23 years ago right here. I got it with me.
Just finna say, you still got it?
It's kind of choppy.
Kind of choppy.
Yeah, it's on the VHS tape. I digitized it here a while back and I realized I couldn't possibly use any of it.
Now we go to the 5 and 1.
So what's that doing?
Pressing the welt. Always give it a little extra right in there.
And what's this portion of the 5 and 1 called?
Trimmer, I guess you would call it. These soles are so stiff, they don't like to make the turn, so I just go straight. Now we're gonna put the heels on. Kind of get it centered up best you can. Nail. I like using this hammer. It's got a little serrations on it compared to that one that's completely smooth. So you gotta push it in there every time.
No heel pad.
Well, it's got one in there, but it's made into it. Can't be removed. This base on this boat's kind of odd shaped. Not wanting to set correctly. When we get on the finisher over it, then we'll nail the shank. These nails have a point. You can see it. The very tip will contact the last inside the boot. Will curl under to help lock everything together. But you always want it to where it's going to go to the inside instead of the outside. Thing about middle ways to begin with. Looks about right. Lock her down right there.
You want that for just water to soften it?
Just soften it up, help that knife and the oil and everything glide through that leather easier. Got that knife set pretty deep, so it should cut a good deep trench. When you get finished, you won't even see the stitches if it all goes correctly. I'm gonna double check that one more time just to be sure before I start. Oh yeah, that's right. It's a little easier to see which one to pull when you got two different colored thread. Normally use white bobbin, but decided I'd use black today. Hit it with another mist. Take my old deer antler. My old bulldog drug up. Smooth everything back down. Once that dries a little bit, we'll put some nails in there. It was nice when I first got it.
Oh Lord, that's
What?
yeah, that's pretty hard.
Well, once you get down there to where it's like all the way in there and it starts breaking up and chunks go to flying, we're going back to the small cans.
Yeah, or rubber gloves.
All right. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Yeah. This customer didn't really want these clean, but they were covered pretty much completely in cow manure, horse manure, mud. So we're not worrying too much with cleaning up here because as soon as he gets them, he's going right back to the roping pan. But we are going to make what we do look nice. All that is just some brown polish. I'll dress the edges up a little bit.
Just doing that rather than dyeing them and dressing them. Why are you doing it this way? Just because?
Because that's more than likely how they were to begin with. It was hard to tell, but most of the, I'm gonna say a good, at least 90% of the boots made today have a natural looking edge finish on them.
Okay.
Now we can dye them in brown and edge iron them. And dye them in black and edge iron them. Sometimes I actually edge iron them in neutral wax, or we can do it like this. This is a shoe that I edge ironed this morning. So it just slicks all this edge up and seals it, keeps it from coming apart prematurely.
It's basically hot wax.
Yes, this is the edge iron right here. Pull this lever, a little piece of leather just rides over there, and friction causes heat once it gets hot. Grab a blob of wax, put it up there. Get some on there and then put the shoe on it and go to town. Finish these up. While we got machine running, we'll go ahead and finish that pair of shoes right there. I've already polished them. Just gonna put a little polish on these soles. Shine them up a little bit. Some people like it. Some people think it's pointless because the first time they wear them, all that skin off anyway. It sure looks nice.
Yeah.
And the longer you sit here and run this shoe back and forth across this brush, the shinier it'll get.
All right. Anything else?
Well, that's how you do half soles and heels on a pair of cowboy boots.
All right.